Welcome to this tutorial on the computer keyboard. In this lesson, we will learn what a keyboard is, the different parts of a keyboard, and how to use it effectively. A keyboard is one of the most important input devices of a computer. It allows us to type letters, numbers, symbols, and commands. Think of it like a typewriter, but with many more keys and functions. A standard keyboard is divided into several sections. Alphabet keys A to Z used to type words and sentences. On my screen is a screen keyboard. I'll be using this to explain what I mean by alphabet keys. This alphabet is just like your alphabet book where you have A to Z. So the same thing is applicable in this computer keyboard. It has A, B till Z. This is called a QWERTY keyboard. You can see all the alphabet here. All these alphabets here, they make up what we call the alphabet keys. Meaning that if you type the alphabet keys, it's going to give you alphabet. Just like this. Let's say I want to type Akesh ICT. I click on E, K, E, S, and H. That is alphabet keys that are making use of it. And we also have number keys. Number keys is numbered from 0 to 9. So you can see 0 here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. These ones are number keys, or you call it numeric keys. When you type on this using this key, that means you are typing numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3 till you reach 9. These are number keys. Then another keys that we also have in a keyboard that you need to understand is the space bar. This space bar is the longest key on a keyboard. We use it to keep space in between words. For example, between this Akesh and this number 0 to 9, if I place my cursor here and I click on this space bar, you see it has separated the two words, making it to have space. Let me go back. Let's assume I want to write my name. My name is Ekemini. I've written E-K-E-M-I-N-I. And I want to write my surname. It will not make sense for me to write my surname and join without keeping a space. So that's why we make use of space bar. So once I click on space bar, then it will bring a space between this name and the next one. So I can now type my surname. The next key you need to also understand on a keyboard as a beginner is the delete key and the backspace. This one here, we call it backspace. You call it backspace, while this one is called delete key. Both of them is used to delete text. If I want to delete to the left, I will use this backspace, and this is the one we use mostly whenever there is a mistake. So I click on it like this. You see I can clean my text. But assuming I click this delete key, let me go back so that I explain it further. Let me type that same text again. I've explained this backspace. Then this delete key, assuming that this cursor is in the center, if I click delete key, you see it's deleting to the right, while the backspace delete to the left. So the both key is used for deleting, but the ones that is commonly used is the backspace, because most time we delete to the left. Then another key that we also have on the keyboard, again is the cap lock. This key called cap lock, when it is on, everything we type on our workspace will be on capital letter. You can see that this cap lock is highlighted. So meaning that this cap lock is on. So if I off the cap lock, anything I type on this on here will be on small letters. It will be written in small letter, that is lowercase. But if I on the cap lock, to type, you see that everything will be written in capital letters. That's for cap lock. Then secondly, we also have the shift key. This shift key, when it is on, let's assume I've written, okay, let me off the cap lock first. I will remove the cap lock. Let's assume I want to type on capital letter. If I click shift, all my text will turn to capital letter. If I click E on capital letter, all the text will automatically return back to the lowercase. So if I want to type capital letter again, I can still click shift. It will still return back to capital letter. But whenever you just type the capital letter, it will return back to the small letters again, which you can continue typing. Then another function of this shift key, observe between this alphabet, between these number keys 1, 2, 3, there are hidden symbols on it. Like here you can see this symbol, is it hyphen? At this you can see at number 3 you can see hash, number 4 you can see $sign. So if what you want to type on your workspace is not this one, and you want to type this hyphen, or is at you want to type, which is at this number 2, if you click shift, you can see that those symbols are now bold. So if I want to click at, if I click that number 2 symbol, you see it's no longer giving me 2, rather it's giving me at symbol. If I on the shift again, maybe I want to click hash. If I click on hash, you see it's giving me hash. So that is for the shift key. Then we also have the enter key. I've explained the shift. Let's talk about the enter key. Another key that you see on your keyboard is the enter key. Let me wipe away all my text. Okay. Let's say my okay, I've written here my name is Ekemini. If I want to type from the next line, no longer on this line, what I want to type is to continue from the next line, I will click this enter key. Once I click on this enter key, my cursor now go to the next line. Let me bring my keyboard down so that you understand. Or let me, okay. You can see that it now goes, let me zoom my workspace so that you can see very well. Okay, let me leave my workspace like this. Let me go back. Now, if I click on this enter key, from where my name is here, you see where this cursor is. If I continue typing from here, you see that everything I'll be writing will be on everything I'll be writing will be on the same line. If I want to start writing from the next line, I will simply click on the enter key. Once I click on the enter key, it goes back to the next line. Let me go back. This is the enter key. Once you click on it, you start writing from the next line. So my name is Ekemini Eshe. I am a computer teacher. You see, I'm now typing on the second line. That was because I click enter key to go to the second line. Then another key I want you to understand is this tab key. This tab key Let me show you something. Now, I write here about me. If I want to shift this particular text to be at the center, it will be ideal. It will be ideal for me to use the tab key. Once I click here, I will click on the tab key like this. You see the text now goes to the center. That's what we make use of the tab key for. The text will now go to the center like this. So let me delete it and do it again. Okay. Once you click on tab key, you see it's moving your text to the center. That's what we use the tab key for. In our next lesson, we will talk about how to place your hand correctly on a keyboard and how to use shortcuts on a keyboard. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Akesh ICT Academy.